Oh man. All right. All right. Good morning, y'all. I know what it is. Good old Mad Divine. Been a few days. I've been sleepy as fuck. But let's tap in. Every time I scroll on my Twitter or TikTok timeline, I notice that there are streamers who I've never seen in this world before pop up and take over every single swipe that I have. I know that I'm noticing it, I know that you're noticing it, and I know that the streamers who are making the decision as to which platform they are going to stream on are also noticing it as well.
I noticed as I've been streaming these past few months, especially during my tours when it really like clicked in my brain. I'm like, bro, this tour should be way more viral. But I noticed like I be seeing more clips from Kick than Twitch these past couple months. And I'm like, what's going on, bro?
Streaming has stopped being about who's the best in the game for a little while now, and it's more about who has the most clips, who has the most visibility, who can get in the algorithms of these famous celebrities that are scrolling and this athlete and whoever else that may be perusing on social media. So now you have this mass exodus of content creators taking this pivot and saying that I'm gonna go green and it's gonna be the best thing for me. But I am here to say that may not be the best decision.
I love you guys, man. We're gonna be crazy. It's gonna be good. We're gonna be vibing. I'm pulling up on the Kick app right now. I appreciate you guys. We're going up. I will be one of the biggest Kick streamers, bro. I will be one of the biggest streamers. You know what I'm saying?
If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. Show that you're more than a clip watcher and show that you're an actual video watcher by clicking the subscribe button. Now, back into the video.
Oh, they're saying DDG doing streams on Kick. Yeah, that's great. I think Kick staff. I think there's a clip of him going around.
DDG moved full time to Kick. I think for at least like I don't know. He's come over completely like just like I know he's multi-streaming, but now he's like fully on Kick. I think that's because of the clipping. Yeah, it's because of the clipping. I believe like I think he recognizes like at the end of the day, Kick obviously offers a really great platform. It offers 95.5. It offers Kick partnership program, which is income is around about 19x Twitch, but it also offers clipping, right? And that discoverability is huge.
For all the negative things that I can say about Kick, and we'll get into those in a little bit later.
Nah, it's a lot of negative shit to say about Kick, but even more so on that, I mean, you gotta be honest. I mean, their splits aren't bad. Twitch splits aren't bad. I can tell you for a fact because I have splits with Twitch myself. So it's like the splits aren't bad, but still, it's one of those things where it's like I feel like to get the deals that some of these other guys get from Kick and also get your full use out of Kick, you kind of also need to be, there's like a certain type of streamer, let's say you need to be on Kick. And I get what DDG is saying about the clips, but the problem here with the clip situation is if that's how you're getting noticed the most, wouldn't you feel like that's actually what's the word I want to use? Wouldn't you feel like that's just a little, you know, opposite of how you want to get that attention? And I say that only because if I'm only noticing you because of clips, I mean, that's the thing. That's how that's how some of us get the bread to it. You know, you do need the clips to play into some of that. I mean, not everybody does it, but people like DDG and, you know, your Dean the Greats and whatnot, they definitely need to be into that clip game. But the problem about it, I think that it doesn't really help you gain the notice that you think. Yes, you're being noticed by being on my fucking For You page or something like that, or just being up on the TL, but it's not the same as naturally having people looking for you. You know, it's just two different things. I can see you, yeah, but if I'm not looking to see you, then I'm eventually told Twitter or Twitter, Instagram, whomever the fuck I may be seeing you on, stop showing me this shit. The fuck?
Later on in the video, I will say that everywhere that I turn, there is a clip with some sort of Kick logo at the bottom left. They are legitimately speaking everywhere, and they are very creator friendly. One of the biggest conundrums for content creators is racking their brains on how to get everywhere and do everything. Between Threads, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, there are so many platforms in which a content creator has to focus on being, and you literally can't be everywhere at once, unless for whatever reason you opt into being on that green app. And I think that creators are taking that stance, noticing those things in real time, and this is why you can see a couple of these guys switching. It also helps that on the first day of of streams like DDG's Brother Dub, you're getting homepage. And it also helps that when you do big events like DDG's tour, you get clipped up to the masses. And not just instantly being put on the homepage, you will instantly see a resurgence of your views and your face on the timeline if you switch to Kick.
At the end of the week, of next week or whatever, when is it gonna be a week? Then I'm gonna decide whether I want to stay on Kick or I want to go back to Twitch. But my hypothesis was correct. I have been seeing myself way more for sure. Like, and yeah, I can't.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, nigga, that's so. Like, I get it, and I understand when he says it. I want to see myself. I need to see myself, but it's like, bro, you sound so. Oh my god, bro, this motherfucker sounds 16. I need to see myself. I gotta see myself. Nigga, we know you just like looking at yourself. That's kind of more what it is. I ain't gonna lie. Take away the money, I don't think he really even cares as long as he see himself. If they won't paying him and he was still on the front page of anything, he wouldn't give a fuck as long as he's on the front page.
Lie and say I wasn't right. It's okay to say you was right. I remember y'all was telling me before I said it, like, yeah, ain't gonna change.
Now, I for one can say that I have seen more DDG on my platform. And this is because Kick has figured out the problem that Twitch has had for years at this point. Nobody's in competition with the platform. Twitch is a great place to stream, but the distribution is where the issue lies.
There's no reason why to search and find new streamers. You have to go on other platforms. Twitch, you should be able to do that on Twitch. Do you know how many people know about streamers but don't know what Twitch is? Majority of people that know streamers. Your average normie doesn't know what Twitch is, bro. I promise you, gang. They don't know what Twitch is. It's like, damn, but they probably know who Kai is, though. You get what I'm saying? They know who Blackboy Max is. They know who Speed is. They know who FaZe is. They know AMP. They don't know Twitch, though.
Twitch has probably got to be the biggest thing that I could think of that nobody knows about. I sound chronically online strange and weird when I try to have these conversations with, my other family members when I go to dinners and birthday parties. Not that it's because they don't know who these faces are. Hell, they even bring them up to me and ask me about what Kai Cenat, Blackboy Max, and all the other Twitch streamers are doing. But the problem is, though, is that people aren't actually watching Twitch. They're watching the clip pages. If you are
Thank you. They're not watching. I don't even want to say they're not watching us, because you know what? I find some of my stuff being shared between people. Like, there's people who watch me even as small as I am. So it's not like it's not out there for anybody. But like I said, it's different when you're trying to just see yourself through clips and, naturally being searched for and looked for. Because even as he's saying, there's that issue of people not knowing what Twitch is. I don't know. I feel like that's a 50-50 thing. You know what? 75-25. But the only reason I say that it's a 50-50 thing is simply because people know about it, but they don't understand how to operate it. They don't get the point of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like YouTube and going to looking for videos. Nobody whose mind hasn't fully conceptualized the concept of watching other people for a sense of enjoyment don't realize, they're not looking at it the same way they always have. When you pay for the movies, you're watching people for a sense of enjoyment. You're watching the same actor probably play the 97th role you ever seen him fucking play. You get what I'm saying? When people go watch plays, you're paying to see somebody. The only difference about trying to explain this concept to somebody who might be younger or not so tech savvy or something like that is the simple fact that Twitch, Kick, and any other app like that, you have to want to look for these things. Like he's saying, a distribution with Twitch and Kick are two different things. You can go see these clips of like DDG or anybody else, and it's damn near like you're seeing a preview for a movie, because now seeing that might make you go watch the full clip. But if you're just, you know what I'm saying, if you're just on the internet and you're not looking for it, it's less interesting because we're not looking for it. But with Twitch, if you don't know about it, you may never see it. And it's like, that's the thing too. Like he was saying, you do see more clips from Kick than Twitch. And it's just, I don't know why the system seems to work better for Kick. And maybe it's just that they help push that type of, the way that works within their, through their website and everything like that. That could just be how they help get that thing to roll. But even more with that, Kick has found a way to create interest by I don't want to say facilitating, but they did help basically, like, what's the word? Promote the way the industry is kind of moving right now. And sad enough to say, nobody really wants to have to see you a million times, but it's also like we don't like watching commercials either. So shit.
Already have an audience, then Twitch can work for you. But if you don't, then the platform can feel like a wall. Why? Because nobody's finding anything new ever. Every once in a while, you'll have somebody who scrolls through the Just Chatting or any of the other channels and click on a random streamer. But I bet you if I asked the audience that's viewing this right now, name 5 other categories on Twitch outside of Just Chatting, they probably couldn't do it. This is why every other streamer has to be a short form content creator too. They have to go off platform just to.
But they got ASMR, of course, gaming. They have interviews and podcasts. They have fucking sleeping. Of course, they got shit for knitting. Like, there's actually a lot of different shit to do with Twitch.
Grow the platform. It doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense that Kick identified this weakness, especially because they were ex-creators on the platform and decided, that's exactly what we're going to tackle.
Kick obviously offers a really great platform. It offers 95.5. It offers Kick Partnership Program, which is income is around about 19x Twitch. But it also offers clipping, right? And that discoverability is huge. Discoverability in streaming is really difficult.
And I said to Eddie, I said, listen, let's steal the clippers from Twitch. He's like, Aiden, just get me a budget, get me a number. I want all the clippers. Anyone who's clipping for everyone on Twitch, tell them we'll pay them double. So, with that being said, my clippers are about to eat. If you clip shit for streamers on Kick, you're going to get paid double pretty much. I spoke with Eddie about it. Guys, my clippers this last month, I mean, they're making like over $100,000.
Kick identified a problem and made a $1 billion industry behind it. Clipping is the new wave. It is the new fad, and it is something that everybody is trying to figure out a way of solving that puzzle. But Kick has taken it and moved it into a totally different direction as a place and space that they really dominate. It's something that they really blossom in. Think about it from my POV or other POVs as content creators. Before the way that Kick has been going about doing clipping, the way that you would have to do this is find somebody who was a short form editor, something that was generally new to the space in the first place. But you'd have to find somebody who watches streams for hours, takes out those good moments, puts really engaging edits on these things. That could take 30 minutes to maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours on one singular clip. Push it out to the algorithm, hope it does good, hope it does bad, and then repeat the cycle. Each individual clip could start at a bare minimum of about $15. And to manage that whole team, content creators would have to focus some mindset on that. Very inefficient. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze because on the side of the editor, they weren't getting paid properly. On the side of the creator, they probably weren't getting the bang for their buck because we know that short form content doesn't directly pay you dollars and cents. And honestly, it was just a mess trying to do it all by yourself in the first place. It was really nasty. But this is where Kick decided, hey, we'll come in and we'll take on all of those expenses. We'll take on all of that overhead, all of that work and mental capacity that you had going into more employees, and we'll push you out to a whole different level, to a whole different audience at masses. And this is really, and I do mean really, attractive to content creators like myself and other streamers.
This is our first stream on Kick, okay? A lot of you guys that wasn't here yesterday, I'm gonna explain it a little bit. Your boy decided to start streaming on Kick only because we want to try something new. So we're going to be doing 120 days straight on Kick, man. I've been streaming on one platform. So, it's cool to not put all your eggs in one basket. I think it's cool to have change, and I think Kick is going to really show a lot of love, man. They're excited with the content ideas that we're going to be doing. They're going to be supporting it and just putting like a big budget behind it, man. So shout out.
I don't know who the fuck he is, though.
Kick, man.
The puzzle of more is solved. This is why Kick feels different. Kick's ecosystem solved the burden of content creators trying to figure out how to create more. The clippers, the repost page, the Twitter accounts, the TikTok edits, the reaction channels. Now the content creation factory ecosystem feels whole and complete. And before a content creator can go on to the next clip or segment, they've already got this one posted out to the masses and it's going viral. But this is where the conundrum kicks in. Like I said, this may or may not be the best thing in the world, because once the ecosystem is built around the moments, well, the question is, what kind of moments get spread faster on the internet, specifically Elon's internet?
Yo, fuck Jack Doherty. Fuck you, dude. What? Yo, what the fuck? Yo! Oh my god, there's glass all over me.
Now, if you can
Nah, that had to be scripted, bro.
tell, that was scripted. But there's a
Alright, I was about to say, ain't no fucking way a dude is randomly rolling past with his mask on. Fuck Jack Dude. Like, nigga, what? Stop it.
reason why. Most content creators know now that what gets spread around the internet is rage bait, drama, negativity, violence to an extent, and just some of the most extreme stuff in the world. The same machine that it was built to help reward creators, blow them to another level, get them seen by the masses, is the same one that is built off the foundation of, well, negativity sells. All these crazy things sells, the women sell, all of these extreme things, the rage baity drama, all that stuff sells. So we're gonna need more of that from content creators in order to push them to the next level. That's why you can see Jack Doherty scripting the new haters coming to smash his car. And this is also why you see Aiden Ross continuously push the brand risk boxing events by having the most racist and controversial streamers on the planet get on the platform.
I'm also open to, I spoke with Gypsy, if he were to get in again, to do MMA. We have a way to do MMA/boxing. So like a 2-in-1 in one event. I want the fight to be Roger Jackson versus Gypsy Crusader. That to me is a really good fight. I don't know if we're gonna get it, but that to me is like a good follow-up in my opinion. The chat would want that, and I think it would be a great fight.
Just last week, I had an interesting conversation with Poetic Flacco, and he brought up something that actually needs to be said and had conversation about.
I have my conspiracy theory, because if you guys don't know, Eddie has like this clip network, which I'll be real, yo, Eddie has bought out all the Clippers. Like, they own everything, bro. Nigga, I go on TikTok, nigga, I don't see a Twitch clip ever, nigga. This nigga has formed the first, like, Clipper monopoly. I thought monopolies was fucking illegal. This nigga has found a way to have a fucking monopoly, bro. So, I'll be real, I think Eddie, because all the kick streamers, they, you know, like, they have an ability, like, if you reach a certain, like viewership, you can enter into, like, the Clipper program. I think Eddie is responsible. I think, because Chubb was a bum-ass nigga in the crevices of the internet doing mediocre views. Then there was this where when he got on Kick and started doing like IRLs, there was this switch to where now all the clip pages was posting his clips, and then he had that surge right before Kick like kicked him off. So I'm like, hold on, bro, is Eddie responsible? But I believe that bro, like, yo, that initial like surge, that what did it for him.
And I think those sentiments prompt a whole video that I will get into.
Nah, facts, because that's the thing too. That's why I was saying earlier, you have to be a certain type of streamer for Kick. You have to be a certain type of guy for Kick to be pushing you. Honestly, if you don't have some type of controversy around you, Kick doesn't really see I don't think Kick sees the point in putting any kind of collateral or anything behind you, and that's only simply because, you know, that's the thing. They see controversy as dollars and cents, whereas we see controversy as controversy. You know what I'm saying?
Later on in the week. But the reality of the situation is that these platforms and these clipping pages reward some of the most insane content out there, even to the extent of the Chud the Builder type. It's not about who's the funniest. It's not about who's the most creative. It's not about who's doing the most objectively entertaining anymore with the personality. The easiest thing to do and the easiest thing to spread is the drama, the disrespect, the chaos, or somebody crossing the line. This is why Kick can help someone like a DDG who is already famous, already has a fan base, and already has buzz and motion become more visible. But at the same time, it can help somebody like a Chud the Builder explode to a new height that has never been seen before. Now, this is why you'll notice that some of these clip pages have some of the most insane captions. There's out of context moments. It's not about getting out the good, the right, or the bad. It's about getting the views. Like, simple as that. Whatever can push the most views is what these clip pages' target is. And so now the problem becomes when engagement is the new goal. The creators themselves start learning that that's the pathway to a faster height of success. Like, that's the way that they need to go about getting into the conversation, into the ethos, is by being controversial as opposed to being creative. And I hate to keep bringing them up. This is where Chud the Builder exposes this.
Nah, because you see this, like, that's literally it. He had this sub goal, was on Kick, all right? And in that sub goal, I did watch that bitch, like, kind of blow up itself. But that's the thing. They were kicking him out to basically his target audience, his demographic. You know what I'm saying? Which, at the end of the day, it worked, sadly.
Contradiction, and we can no longer ignore it. Now, we know Chud the Builder. I've made several videos about him over the past week, and his saga continues to go on. But what we should really be extrapolating from here is that he should be a warning sign to content creators and the platform itself about the way that they go about pushing people out into the mainstream audience. The most important question is not just, well, why would Chud do this? Simple, he's a racist. But the better question is, why did he think that this was the kind of environment where he could push it this far? And I think the answer is simple. Because the space that has been created around clipping and clip culture is one in which that you get rewarded for doing extreme things. These clips can travel faster than somebody's long form video, than somebody's creative endeavor in which they hired this person, drafted out a script, did et cetera, et cetera. The drama, the outrageousness, the pure out racism travels much faster, goes much more viral, and gets much more views and attention than all the other stuff. So now,
I gotta say, also, like, one of the other things that when I had first started streaming and whatnot, I remember this guy, he was eating some food and he's just talking, you know what I'm saying, commentating on one of Sneako's videos. I don't know how much he commentated. I can't remember. I watched that video. I did watch his video a little bit. And it was funny because this was the first time I heard about Sneako, and he was mad because the guy who was literally reacting and eating to watching his video got more views than his video even got, which was fucking hilarious. But at the same time too, that shit happens a lot. Like, I got some shit that just came out, and that video, you know what I'm saying? That video got more views, you know what I'm saying, before the initial joint did. So it's just like, that's crazy how that works. But I mean, shit.
Creators feel like, hey, the more punishment that I put myself and others through, the more promotion that I ultimately get. That means more people will then come and see my streams because the clip views are up, and I'll get more money and be more rewarded because of it. And by the time Kick reacts to what the clip pages are putting out, clip pages already got the engagement, right? They've already shot this person out to the ethos. The reaction channels already got, the conversation is already started. And there's really two people that suffer. One, Kick the platform, because now they're getting labeled as a bad platform to be on. And then two, the creators that still exist on there. Kick may have solved one problem that Twitch created, but now it has created a whole different question. What the hell does it even mean to continuously be on Kick? You see, Twitch made it harder to grind for visibility, but once you got those eyes and that audience, you can best believe they were a strong, loyal audience, one that was catered to the exact type of demographic that you wanted. But Kick made visibility easier, but easier doesn't mean that you've always built the strongest audience.
But I need my predictions. That is a big part of the community, Kick, that made the immersion with the chat so much better. Listen, I'm not threatening y'all, but best believe my viewers, they come first at the end of the day. Listen, like I really like Eddie. Eddie's a good dude. It's not even his fault like the other people. But I need them pre-, bro. Like, what makes me happy is growing the community, growing YRG and shit. I'm not saying that can't happen on Kick. It's just different. It's just different.
Longevity is probably one of the biggest question marks that content.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's not wrong, because it's just like, as I try to grow my community, bro, like, the shit is hard. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not about to go through here and start, well, I started making little clips, but not of other streamers, like of my own shit. But even more so than that, it's just like, it is a lot to do by yourself, which is shit half the reason I'm not pumping out half of what I'm pumping out. Is I could be pumping out more faster, but it's, bro, that shit is taxing. It's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to keep together, and when you're trying to stay organized with media, that shit can be harder than staying organized with papers. Trust me. Like, it's just a lot. It's a process, man, and you got to be willing to put in a lot of frustration for it, because things don't just stay streamlined, you know?
Creators have at the top of their heads. And while grinding out on platforms like Twitch and YouTube can be very, very frustrating, once you grind and actually build said community, it can be rewarding. You have a loyal fan base, you have a loyal audience that's not looking for you to do the most outlandish things in order for you to, you know, catch their attention and keep them there, but ultimately genuinely like you for you. Creators like Rage, FaZe, and AMP created strong audiences, not because they came for a viral moment, but because they came for the content creators themselves. This is where Kick struggles. Sure, they'll push people to you, to your name, and potentially to your Kick streaming platform, but what type of audience are you building? What type of fan bases come from somebody that drew in this viewer based off of a clip that has a little Kick logo at the bottom? This is what I really want people to ask themselves. And I know that as a viewing audience, you understand this connotation. If somebody told you that they were streaming, you'd probably say, oh, okay, that's cool. That's a cool, fun thing to do. But if somebody told you that they were streaming on Kick, you would look at them like they were crazy. You would look at them like they have 3 heads. You would probably think that they're racist or a nuisance streamer. You'd be less likely to click on them. Why? Because that name is now getting muddied because of the process that has been explained throughout the video. Just like other mediums of content, like podcasting, because I know podcasting has like one of the worst raps in the world, especially in the dating game. Fellas, if you go out there and tell a woman you have a podcast, you'll probably lose her. But streaming on Kick is becoming one of those things as well. They're birthing these nuisance streamers, these racists, and these other things. And basically that is solely due to how people identify Kick streamers based off of clips. You have to
Nah, bro, because like after I tried to build her with the jail, I swear to God, like 2 more popped out the next day, bro, thinking they was about to be the next Chud. And it's just crazy because, like he's saying, bro, the type of shit y'all putting out there, I mean, y'all have created a system for sure, but that system, it might just fail y'all in the long run if you don't clean it up and how it's presented. Like, yes, it's one thing to have your chuds and push them out because now you got an influx of people coming to watch them, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are facilitating, y'all basically rewarding bad behavior in a sense. The worst they do. I mean, even with Rakai, because I know sometimes he's on Kick. Of course he's on Twitch, but you know, I mean, shit, I'm live on Kick right now. You know, I'm multi-stream. So it's like, hey, whatever. You're going to different things, but Kick, as if created a very nice, you know, I want to say avenue for other people to get paid and for streamers to, you know, take a little stress off their shoulders. You've now opened up that doorway, just like you do for when anything else is created and it's actually supposed to help people. Someone's always going to find a way to be sneaky, sift around, and find a way to ruin the shit.
ask yourself as a content creator, am I building some sort of real and legitimate audience, one that is loyal to me and that'll follow me to the ends of the earth? Or are we getting people that are just checking in for the next viral moment, the crash out, the rage, the drama, the racism, the nuisance streaming? Are they tapping in to see if I'm going to implode? Or are they going to tap in to see me play a game of Roblox with the rest of my community? For what it's worth, I do think that Kick did solve an actual problem that was existing in the space. Twitch has yet to this day solved the discoverability problem, which makes me go out there and say that it is by far the hardest platform to grow, full stop. In order to grow this one platform, you have to grow another platform, which sounds idiotic. But at the end of the day, it is one of the more rewarding things for content creators to do. And trying to fast track that process by going to a platform that prioritizes clipping by any means necessary, even if it makes you look like a racist, a weirdo, somebody who may have weird schmexual desires, get you pushed to the algorithm based off of controversy, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And so for these content creators that are saying to themselves, hey, I'm gonna make the switch, it just seems like the best thing for me, I would author them a caution. There's a couple of things that they need to be very, very weary of once they make the switch over to Kick. One, you are going to be labeled for a very long time. If you are a Kick streamer, that rings off a little bit different than a Twitch streamer. Two, manage how these out of context, weirdo caption clips are gonna come out. I know that you're not gonna have too much control over it because, hey, they're gonna paint you in a bad light, but ultimately you're gonna be seen on my timeline. And that's what you wanted. But you just need to be very weary and cautious of those different things. Because these guys need to realize that Kick is gonna make you more popular, for sure. It's gonna make you more visible. But the way that the internet is prioritizing visibility, it's by the worst moments first. And that
Nah, and shouts out Omeezy because he's not wrong on that. He's
smoking while my niggas in there rapping, cooking up some shit that's probably hotter than the rapture, whipping up some shit the head chef couldn't even fathom.